started work for the day. Welcome to a new vlog. So I feel like doing a day in my life today just because I think I've only done one of those on this channel. And as I said, I've just started working. I work remotely, like exclusively. I start at 9 and I typically work until about 1. Sometimes I finish a little bit before that, sometimes I finish a little bit afterwards. I work for my dad, which is why my hours are so lax and why I'm able to work completely remotely. I'm his PA, essentially. I do all the admin stuff. This job is essentially just a blessing, really, and it helps me to do what I need to do outside of that, which is the writing, the content creation, all of that jazz. This morning, as you saw, I went for a walk and then I did my Bible study. Usually when I'm like on top of things, I will get on with some writing for like an hour in the morning. Didn't do that this morning because I got up late, and so this is an off day. We're quite early on in the week. I'll get into it a little bit more later, the details like my Substack and how frequently I write and stuff like that. But one of the newsletters that I write for my Substack, I have written already. One that I am getting to today is due on Sunday and we're on Wednesday. I say that to say that we are going to spend the main bulk of today getting into that newsletter, and we'll probably take ourselves out to do it just to make the vlog more interesting, and also because I really struggle to write from home or from my bedroom, should I say. I'm going to do a little bit of Pilates before that because I've been weight training this week and running and my muscles are very tight and I just feel like I need something a little bit gentler that will just stretch me out a bit. So I'm going to do that after I finish doing work and then we'll get ready for the day. I am getting ready for the day. It is just gone 2 p.m. and I am going to take myself out and get a bit of work done. The devotional is scheduled to go out. I worked on that yesterday. I got it done in one sitting. I mean, I did do a little bit of planning the day before, but in terms of just writing it from start to finish, I got that done in a couple hours yesterday. So I'm very chuffed about that. This week's devotional is about details and the peace that we tend to seek from knowing the whole story or how something's going to happen. When God doesn't work that way, God tends to work behind the scenes, and if he's told us something's going to happen, or if we are expecting for something to happen or we're praying for something to happen, it's unlikely that he's going to give us the details as to how. That's what the devotion is about, and that's gone out today. So that means I can start working on the culture essay. For those of you who don't know, I have a Substack where I write twice a week, and on Wednesdays a faith note that revolves around interpreting Christianity, that goes out on a Wednesday, and on Sundays I write a culture essay, which is more like a general sort of commentary on some aspect of culture, and that could be anything. I tend to use the term culture in a very broad sense. I think that I have an idea of what I want to write about this week. I'm going to go to the Tate Britain and make use of my Tate membership, which gives me access to the membership rooms and the cafes and stuff, so I'm going to sit down and do some work there. And I'm going to do a little bit of makeup. I have my makeup bag here. A lot of this stuff doesn't actually get used. I don't go out that much, in all honesty, and so I don't actually wear makeup that often anymore. Not like I used to when I was going to uni and like working a full-time job. Got a lot of scarring down here from when I was going through that mad bout of acne that I covered quite extensively on this channel. I'm going to tap it out on my finger because I feel like you get the best coverage when you use a finger as opposed to a brush. On my forehead. I'm going to take a foundation brush and just make sure there's no like streaks on my face. Like so. I'm going to dab like the smallest amount under my eyes as well, just to make everything homogeneous. Oh, the lighting looks like it's changed a little bit in here. It's looking very orange. I have a Laura Mercier powder here. This is actually my mom's. I have one as well, but it's on its way out. And it's just a brown skin toned translucent powder. I'm just going to use to set the parts of my face that I put concealer on. Because I am very oily. Well, I get very oily throughout the day, so. A little bit on my nose, even though there's like no product on there. A brown eyebrow mascara, which is also on its way out. It's funny how everything runs out at the same time. I'm just going to get my eyebrows in check with this. I plucked my eyebrows recently, so this should be a breeze. And then lastly, a little bit of blush from my very old blush palette. I'm just going to mix the two. The focus is insane. Okay. I'm going to pack my bag now. First things first, my laptop bag. Next goes in this plastic wallet of toiletries, lippies, hand cream, hand sanitizer, card holder, keys, a little bottle of water, chewing gum, umbrella, a book just in case I need to spark some creativity and a little bit of inspiration, phone because I'm not taking a jacket today. So I want to wear my sandals, but I'm doing a lot of walking today and I'm aware that these shoes hurt. So I'm going to be a little bit extra and I'm going to pack these shoes as well. They're very flat, so it's not a big deal for me to just slip them in my bag, like in a plastic bag, of course. I just don't want to be uncomfortable today and I still feel like the outfit I'm wearing needs like a flat. So these are going in my bag as well. And then we should just be able to leave now. Just come out of the tape and I got a substantial amount done, well, enough to like leave it for the day. I'm also with my sister. We are going to look for her birthday dress and then we're gonna go and get something to eat. I've made myself peppermint tea. I'm incredibly tired. It's probably the big bowl of beef ragu I had at Vapiano's, which I don't think I've been to Vapiano's since the uni days, so a little bit of a throwback. I have got a bit of a way to go before the essay is prepared for Sunday, which is fine because that's usually the way on a Wednesday. So I'm going to spend Thursday, Friday, and if need be Saturday trying to get that finished. But in the meantime, I've got a bit of reading to do, which I'm unsure of whether or not I want to start doing that now. And honestly, it's only because I'm vlogging that I'm even considering it. I have 2 essays that I want to feed into the essay I'm writing. One was featured on The Atlantic and one was featured on The New Yorker. I go to The New Yorker a lot for essays and just like other commentary on a lot of the topics that I write on because they just have such a wide range of featured writers and topics. I feel like if I start doing reading now, none of it's gonna go in. Like, I need to make some notes and stuff, and honestly, I just want to watch dead mall videos when people take tours around like dead shopping centres in America, shopping centres that you can still walk in, but most of the shops, if not all, have been shut. Anyway, that's like my latest YouTube obsession. I feel like watching those videos until I fall asleep, or I'm going to listen to a Tim Keller sermon or something, but I just don't feel like switching on to, you know. But yeah, I mean, they are quite interesting essays. I mean, I can go through them quickly. The New Yorker essay is called Suffering, and it was written by George Packer, a New Yorker journalist, I think, in 2010. It was covering the massive earthquake in Haiti, and the different kind of explanations that people in and around the region were trying to offer to explain why such a awful thing happened. Given the topic of our essay this week, which is trying to make sense out of life's awful events, I think that is a obvious choice and something that is definitely going to help me to come to my own conclusions. And then the other is a essay called The Tragic Fallacy, and it was written in 1928, I think, in one of the earlier editions of The Atlantic. I think that essay is meant to be more about the origins of how we talk about and perceive tragedies. So yeah. I can't believe I put myself on the internet looking at this. Thank you for watching this week's Day in the Life. As a writer who posts quite frequently and consistently on Substack and has been for 2 years now, I will see you in the next one.